Greetings to all you dear friends. I hope you're doing well. First, we want to see how fish in an aquarium are divided into categories, or how aquatic animals in general are categorized. Well, today we're not going to deal with the plants and cleaners section. First, let's see what carnivorous and herbivorous fish are. When someone comes to buy fish and we mention carnivores, they say, no, I don't want meat. I can't feed them meat. No, friends, the distinction between carnivorous and herbivorous fish is this. Carnivorous fish like to attack, they like to strike. However, both herbivorous and carnivorous fish love meat. When you give a heart mix, even to a guppy, which you all know is a beautiful, attractive, calm fish, it devours the heart mix. It loves the heart mix. Now, if you throw that same heart mix to a carnivore, it will take a big bite and swallow it. So why do they call them carnivorous and herbivorous? For choosing and buying your fish when you're setting up a new aquarium, don't be fooled by the name. The carnivore eats the same dry food, and the herbivore eats it too. It makes no difference. The only difference is the tendency to be aggressive. Meaning, the carnivore likes to strike, bite, and be territorial. This issue doesn't exist with herbivores. But we do have exceptions. For example, the tiger barb fish. Take a look. This is the tiger barb. It likes fish with long fins. It's an herbivore, but fish that have long fins, like the long-finned angelfish or the guppy, are not safe from this tiger barb. Out of fear, when a tiger barb is in the aquarium, the guppy just stays at the top of the water. It's true it's an herbivore, so we have exceptions regarding herbivores not being aggressive, but carnivores are aggressive. We shouldn't mix these two issues, but among carnivores, being aggressive is inherently present in all of them. That's that issue. Next issue. Have you ever seen live-bearing fish like mollies, like guppies? I think you've seen it many times. When a guppy gives birth, why do you say the female should be separated? Because she eats her own babies. They eat the other babies. What is a baby made of? It's not dry matter, it's meat. So the difference between carnivorous and herbivorous fish is in their aggressiveness. I repeat this point about aggressiveness several times so you can make the right choice. It has happened many times where a customer comes in and falls in love with the carnivore family. They're large, some of them have very beautiful colors, but because they think they have to feed the fish only meat, they don't buy it. Meaning they've backed away from what they like just because of this mistaken belief. I'm going to show you a video now. Even though you've all seen it, watch how when a live-bearing fish starts to give birth, it eats its own young. Let's watch the video together. Did you notice? Did you see? So herbivores eat meat too. But now, both of these families also consume dry food. We do have some fish that don't eat dry food and must be carnivorous. What does that mean? Either live fish or a heart mix or anything that has meat in it. And even that same fish, it has actually been observed that by gradually getting it accustomed to eating dry food, you can indeed break its natural carnivorous habit. It's interesting to know. The cichlid family loves to eat meaty foods. But they eat dry food with ease. Did you know they love spinach? And they're part of the carnivore family. You can't keep them with an herbivore under any circumstances because they'll strike, they'll attack. But on the other hand, they love spinach. Give them spinach and it's like you've taken them to a restaurant. Give them lettuce to eat. If there's dressing handy, they'll pour it on the salad. They love lettuce, they love spinach. So whether a fish is carnivorous or herbivorous is only and only about their instinct to attack and their aggressiveness. The next topic we want to talk about, you say, okay, I want to buy a carnivore, but it's better if it's not aggressive. Yes. In the aquarium, there are fish In this ornamental fish section, there are carnivorous fish that can be kept with herbivores. They are carnivorous, but their tendency to strike and their territoriality in the aquarium is low, almost like the Geophius family, like the Heckley albino, like the Proximus. Provided that you can match the fish sizes, you can keep a carnivorous fish and an herbivorous fish together. Like the polar parrot. The polar parrot is compatible with a wide range of herbivorous fish. Let's take a look at the polar parrot. The polar parrot itself is I will explain it to you, but it can create a very beautiful coexistence with herbivorous fish. Let's go see the polar parrot. Let's talk about another section. This one's interesting too. In fact, some carnivores must be kept with herbivores. Like the Ramirezi. The Ramirezi is a cichlid from the Ramirezi cichlid family, but it has to be kept with herbivores. This is the Ramirezi. You're seeing it right here. It comes in all sorts of varieties. The electric blue ram, the German blue ram. We have a lot of rams. The black rams, which are making a lot of noise in the world today, and everyone has fallen in love with them. This one must be kept with herbivores. That's right, it's part of the carnivore family, but it must be kept with herbivores. So let me say it one more time. Don't make a mistake when choosing between carnivores and herbivores. The tendency to be aggressive makes it a carnivore. The tendency to, not bother anyone, to sit in a corner and just eat its own food makes it an herbivore. Like the guppy. That's perfectly clear. Let me tell you a general rule for ornamental fish too. In general, when we consider the carnivore and herbivore categories, in my opinion, in the world of ornamental fish, any fish that can fit in another's mouth will be eaten. This means my explanation completely contradicts the whole idea of carnivore versus herbivore. Any fish that can fit in another's mouth will be eaten, and this has been proven in our aquariums. We do have very few rare exceptions. For example, the herbivorous Pangasius. This is the herbivorous Pangasius. First of all, don't mistake it for the predatory one. They have certain characteristics that make them completely different. The predatory Pangasius, if it gets the chance and isn't shy about it, would swallow me whole. I'm talking about the herbivorous Pangasius. The herbivorous Pangasius gets very large, but it usually doesn't bother smaller fish. This is one of those rare fish that, even if it fits in another's mouth, won't get eaten. But generally, in this aquatic cycle, any fish that fits in another's mouth will eat it. The whole carnivore and herbivore distinction is basically nullified here, meaning if they couldn't separate these two categories today, I'm sure they would have called them the peaceful family and the warrior family. But the terms carnivorous and herbivorous have stuck since the old days. Be careful in choosing your fish so you can have a good aquarium with something that suits your personality. From the words carnivore and herbivore, you shouldn't be scared or excited by them. Making the right choice means you can always have an aquarium in your home and enjoy it. My friends, I was about to wrap this topic up, but I remembered something else I wanted to say. Regarding carnivores, it's interesting to know that we have some that are aggressive, yes, but they won't eat another fish unless it can fit in their mouth. They're divided into two groups. We have small carnivorous fish, about this big, that will attack fish this big. But on the other hand, we have carnivores that are swallowers, like the peacock bass or the arowana. These are swallowers. This means if you keep an herbivore, like an angelfish, with them, as long as it doesn't fit in their mouth, they won't bother it at all. It's basically saying, if you can fit in my mouth, I'll eat you. If not, I have no business with you. So this distinction exists among carnivores as well. This discussion can get very long, and the clip will drag on, which might get boring. We'll talk more about it in future videos.